Good morning, happy Friday. So today's video is going to be specifically on how to do chapter 8.1 and 8.2 in your math book. If you do not have your math books, I said this before, just write the problems on a separate sheet of paper and solve them. I'm not worried about your math books. You still can do the work without them, okay? So following this intro will be a video on how to complete chapters 8.1 and 8.2. Don't forget, Monday we are meeting as a class virtually. I will send out all the information tomorrow on Dojo and on Classroom so your parents can see as well as you, okay? So Monday at 11 we will start our meeting, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I will meet with you guys individually, and all the instructions will be sent out this weekend, okay? Looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm so sorry that we are not together, but at least we can hang out a little bit on Monday together. And I'm going to be checking to see the progress of your work, so please have stuff for me to see on our video. And please, please, please be on time, because each video is scheduled and I have to get to the next one. So if you're late, I'm going to have to cut you short or reschedule you so I can make it on time for the next person, okay? Have a great weekend. Try to get some exercise in. Wash your hands, people. Wash your hands with soap, people. All right. I miss you guys, and I will see you on Monday. Bye. Okay, guys. So here is the lesson. You don't need to see me. Just see what I'm writing. So this is the problem for lesson 8.1. So in this lesson, we are dividing a unit fraction by a whole number, and we're using that with word problems. So remember, our unit fractions are the fractions that we commonly see. They have numerators of 1. So like 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. Those are considered unit fractions. So that's what we will be doing today. We're dividing a unit fraction by a whole number. Okay, so the first sample problem is a word problem. It says, Ralph had 1/2 of a chocolate bar. He gave it to his 3 friends to share equally. What amount of the original chocolate bar will each friend get? So first we're going to write the equation. So the important numbers to remember is he had 1/2 of a chocolate bar and he gave it to 3 of his friends. So we're going to divide 1/2 divided by 3. I hope you guys can see that. 1/2 divided by 3. So now we are going to draw a model of 1/2, and we all know how to draw a model of 1/2. So we'll draw a square. We're going to divide it in half vertically, and we're going to shade in one side of it to represent our 1/2. So here's what we have. So right now on your paper, it should look like this. You don't need anything else. Let's see. Alright. Now, it says that he gave it to 3 of his friends to share. So we need to divide that 1/2 into 3 parts. So now we're going to divide the rectangle or the square into thirds, because he's dividing it by 3. So I changed colors, as you can see. So now I have 3. Alright, so now to find the answer, the denominator is all of the boxes that we have inside. So how many boxes do we have inside now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count with me, because I know you did not do it the first time. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is now our denominator. Now, each friend is going to get one piece of that. So, each friend is going to get a piece. So, if I give this piece to one of my friends, how many pieces, well, what piece represent? Sorry, let me back that up. If I give just one of these little squares, what does that represent for the whole entire chocolate bar? So, again, the chocolate bar was divided into 6. One square is going to equal 1/6 of the chocolate bar. So, 1/2 divided by 3 equals 1/6. I'm going to keep that up for just a second. So this is a way that you can solve this problem. Now I know this is not the way your parents are used to seeing it, but this is the way we do it with a area model. Okay? So I'm going to do one more. Alright, the second one says Carlos has 1/5 liter of lemonade. Carlos has 1/5 liter of lemonade. He wants to give an equal amount of lemonade to his 4 younger cousins. How much lemonade will each cousin receive? So, he has, again, Carlos starts off with 1/5 of lemonade. 1/5 liter of lemonade. So I'm going to write 1/5. He wants to divide it into 4 because he wants to share it and give 4 of his little cousins some lemonade. So we're going to take the 1/5 liter and we're going to divide it by 4. So here is our new problem. 1/5 divided by 4. Now again, we can draw a area model for this or a number line. So let's start off with our area model way. So I'm going to draw a rectangle or square. And how many ways am I going to divide it? Who knows? What does my denominator say? That's how I'm going to divide it the first time. So my denominator is 5. I'm going to divide it into 5ths. So there's 5ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to shade in 1 of the 5ths to represent how much of the lemonade I started with. So there's my shading. Now, he's going to share it with 4 of his cousins. So now I have to divide this into 4ths. So we're going to go the opposite way and divide it into 4ths. And there we have it. Now, if you remember from the last time, I said the denominator is all the boxes inside. So count with me. Count with me. Count with me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 is our denominator. Alright, so we have found the denominator. Now, one cousin is going to get one section of this lemonade, or one portion of this lemonade. So, she or he is going to get 1/20th liter of the entire batch of lemonade. So the entire batch of lemonade is what we started with. Carlos only had 1/5 of the entire batch, and he was trying to share that 1/5 with 4 people. So each person gets 1/20th of the whole entire batch. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the same problem on a number line, just so you know the difference. So this was with the area model, and now I'm gonna do the same problem, 1/5 divided by 4 with a number line. So Carlos still has 1/5 of lemonade. He's still dividing it up into fourths. So this means he has an empty okay. So here's our number line. Can you guys see it? Hopefully you can see it. Okay. This is no lemonade, and this is 1 liter of lemonade. So at first Carlos started with 1/5 of lemonade. So we're gonna divide our number line into fifths. So let's do that. So this represents 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. And remember, 5/5 is considered a whole. So right now, your number line should match mine. So, started with no lemonade. I have 1 liter of lemonade, and I've divided it into fifths. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5 is the same as 1 liter. Now, he's dividing his fifths by 4. So, in between 0 and 1/5, I have to divide it by 4. Okay? So now I'm going to divide my number line, each fifth, into 4. So I'm going to take my second color, and I'm going to do that. Alright, I have now divided my number line into fourths. So that is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Okay? So now, to find the denominator on a number line, I have to count all the small sections. So from here to here, and it should equal 20. So count with me. Count with me. Count with me. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So again, 20 is our denominator. And each person is going to get 1 portion of the liter of the 1/5 that he had. So this section represents how much each cousin is going to get. So they're going to get 1/20th liter of lemonade. So this is the number line version. This is the area model version of the same problem. Alright, so now I want you to try a problem. We'll do it together. So I am going to read the problem to you. I'm going to read it a couple times, and I want you to solve it. Okay? So Lisa had 1/3 pound of flour to make 6 cakes. If the cakes are all equal in size, how much flour will each cake get? So I'm going to read it one more time. Lisa has 1/3 pound of flour to make 6 cakes. If the cakes are all equal in size, how much flour does each cake get? So first of all, let's identify the important numbers in this problem. Lisa has how much pounds of flour? Who remembers? 1/3. Very good. So she has 1/3 pound of flour. So I went ahead and wrote 1/3 down. You should too. Now, she's making how many cakes? Who remembers? 6. She is making 6 cakes. So I went ahead and wrote 6. Now, we need to figure out how much flour, Lisa has 1/3 flour, can each one of the cakes get. So she has 6. So we're dividing 1/3 by 6 to see how much flour each cake is going to get. So here is my problem. I hope you have the same problem. 1/3 divided by 6. Thumbs up if you have that. There's my thumb. All right. Now, you choose the way you want to solve it. Do you want to solve it with the area model or a number line? I am going to do both. So check your answer against mine in the next few minutes. Go solve it. All right, so I have showed you 2 ways to solve this problem, with an area model and a number line. Okay, so that was lesson 8.1. lesson 8.2 is very similar, except for now you are writing word problems for your sample problems or your given problems. So I am going to do one for you right now, and then we'll do one together, and then you're on your own. All right, so if you need to get more paper, get paper. If you need water, get water. Do what you have to do. But now we're ready for the next problem. So this time we're creating a word problem to go along with our answer. All right, so our problem is 1/3 divided by 4. 1/3 divided by 4. And they have already given us the answer. So in this particular problem, they have given us the answer, which is 1/12. Here, let me show you guys. Hopefully you can see it. So 1/3 divided by 4 equals 1/12. 1/3 divided by 4 equals 1/12. We're going to create a word problem. So they gave us a nice little prompt. So we'll use that for this one. But the next one, we are going to create our own prompt. All right. So here we go. Okay. 1/3 divided by 4 equals 1/12. So we're creating a word problem. So I have a sample sentence frame, which I just showed you, and we're going to plug in the numbers here. It says, blank has blank blank. She wants to equally share blank with blank blank. How many or how much will each blank get? All right, so the first blank is the person's name. So let's say, I know you guys miss him so much, so we're going to say Oma. Oma has 1/3 pieces of Kit Kat. All right. He wants to equally share his Kit Kat with the other people in the after school office. So there's 4 people in the after school office he has to share with. So Miss Geraldine, Miss Michelle, Ashari, and Miss Maria. Those are 4 people he's sharing with, okay? So he wants to share with 4 people in the office. All right. How much Kit Kat will each of the people in the after school office get? So that represents our word problem. We have 1/3 of the Kit Kat to start with. He's dividing it into 4. So again, start with your area model. So again, start with your area model. That's 1/3. We have to divide that into how many, guys? 4ths. Remember the 4 people. Miss Michelle, Ashari, Miss Maria, and Miss Geraldine. 4 people. There's our 4ths in the pink. So now the entire Kit Kat bar is divided into 12s. Oma only had 1/3 of it, but the entire bar was divided into 12s. How do I know? Because we're going to count. Count with me. Count with me. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So that is our denominator. And each of those people that I named, Miss Michelle, Miss Geraldine, Ashari, and Miss Maria, is going to get 1 section of almost third that he had. So they're going to get 1/12 of the Kit Kat bar. So when we write our word problems, we always start off with how much the person had originally. So Oma originally had 1/3 of the Kit Kat bar, and he was dividing it by 4 people. So our word problem became 1/3 divided by 4. And then we do our area model. Remember, once we divide it all up, we count all the inside boxes. That becomes our numerator. I'm sorry, our denominator. So all the inside boxes become our denominator. And 1 piece that they got is the numerator. So Oma gave everybody 1/12 of the original Kit Kat bar.